AFC North. Oh, man, this is going to be fun.
This division is wide open.
Cut this into a separate pod.
Oh, I'm cutting up all the divisions.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it because we have to start with Baltimore. And here's the thing.
No, I want to start with
don't do it. No, don't do it. Don't do it. No, we're starting with Baltimore, 10-6, and I'm buying. I'm here for it. I am here for the Mark Ingram giving Harbaugh the bell cow back that he has wanted his entire time.
Do you think Lamar Jackson's the guy, too?
I know that Justin Forsett is not as good as Mark Ingram, but based on how they used to use Forsett, Ingram will be top 5 in yards from scrimmage this year. That's maybe a little too bold. Okay, it's radio, Brandon.
I don't know about that.
I hear that all. I get yelled.
I got three guys. I got 3 guys putting up some crazy numbers, and then we still got Todd Gurley, and you still got Zeke.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe the Mark Ingram thing is overblown, but
not top 5.
I'm an Ingram fan. I'm here for Ingram.
Top 10. I'll give you maybe top 10, but not top 5.
Yeah, top 5 is a stretch.
He will be a top 10 back this year easily because he's going to get the reps that people in committees aren't going to get. He's going to have better stats than Aaron Jones just because the Packers are going to use more running backs, things like that. But I see Baltimore winning this division again.
Ooh.
I see them with 11 wins. I'm buying.
If they can get something out of their wide receivers.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna sell them. I think they will go 7-9.
So you're being smart because if you're buying somewhere else, you have to sell somewhere.
Exactly.
I know where you're going.
You know where
We're not there yet.
I might surprise you where I'm buying.
Can I? Bengals. I'm quitting this podcast if you says the Bengals.
No, I'm leaning into something else. I'm going in a different direction. I mean, I think.
Is that you on the clock there? He's. Jake is in the middle of a keeper draft right now.
Well, here's the problem. They set the draft, and then we were going to record on a different day, so it wouldn't have been a problem. But then we moved the podcast a different day.
But then I had a tire blowout. We've actually switched locations this week because the guys are being accommodating for me and my car.
It's a stressful week. So anyway, AFC North. Here's why it's different, Paul. Here's why I'm selling and making them 7-9 because I have 2 teams here.
You think they're going to be under 5? You think the Ravens are going to finish?
Here's why they're going to be under
sub
500 because I am buying the Steelers, and I'm going to say the Steelers are going to win the division, and I think the Steelers are going to be 11-5 because the Steelers are going to put everything they have behind. They pretty much come out and said it at this point. Le'Veon's gone. AB's gone. They're putting all their faith in Juju Smith-Schuster, which, in my opinion, if AB weren't there, he'd be the number 1 receiver on any other team, and now he is going to be the number 1 receiver. So I'm buying the Steelers. They're going to win the AFC North, and they're going to be 11-5, and that's all I have to say about the Steelers.
Brandon?
I like Baltimore to win the division as well. I don't think Pittsburgh's going to be a bad team, but I think they're going to get 3rd place.
This is not the Steelers' defense.
That's true. The Steelers' defense has not been the best the last few years. This hasn't been the steel curtain. This hasn't been what they're used to.
The decline started before the injury, but the Shazier injury is really
that's
where
a monster blow to that team.
Oh, it was the center. The center of your defense. The
quarterback.
The soul.
Yeah.
Imagine the Carolina Panthers losing Luke Kuechly.
You mean every other game when he cries and hits his head?
No,
dude. The dude has legitimate concussions.
No,
man.
Luke Kuechly puts his body out there, and I'm not trash talking him at all.
Are you?
No, I just had the opening for it. I'm gonna hold on Pittsburgh.
Wow, 9-6 but 10-6, or do you still think they're gonna go 9-6?
Yeah. 10-6, 9-7. I see them getting the wild card, but I'm gonna hold.
Man, can we go to the next one?
Do it.
All right. Well, technically this would be a hold, I guess, because they went 7-8-1. I'm going to take out the tie, but I'm telling you right now, the Cleveland Browns, for the first time since I believe 2002, are going to make the playoffs. They will get a wild card slot, and they are going 8-8 in the AFC North.
8-8 will not make the playoffs.
As strong as I said the Pittsburgh Steelers will be, I still think this is their time. This is their chance.
You think Cleveland is better than Baltimore this year?
Cleveland is any Cincinnati is going to be competing, in my opinion, with Miami to be the worst team in the NFL. And then you have Pittsburgh, who I just talked up. I still think they're going to be a very good team, but they're beatable because of their defense. And Baltimore, I'm sorry, I don't buy this Mark Ingram, Lamar Jackson unbeatable team that you're trying to put out there. I just don't buy it
I'm
at all.
not saying I'm beatable, but
No, but the way you're talking about the Baltimore Ravens, like they're going to run away with the AFC North, and I just don't see it, man. I'm just not buying it. So I'm telling you right now, the Cleveland Browns will come in second place and get a wild card slot.
that's you got to think of the conference as a whole when you say
OBJ.
things like that.
Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry.
Are they going to be better than one of the teams in the West that makes the playoffs? Because you have to think
That's a
about
good
who is
question.
not going to make the
That's a
playoffs
good question.
that the Browns kick out.
That's a good question. That's a good point. That's a good point because when I look at it, I can see the AFC, I could see the Chargers and KC getting in.
I mean, shoot, Denver could finish with 9 wins if they play it the right way.
Possibly their defense is still really
Their
good.
defense is better than the Steelers.
I'm
defense.
just saying, I'm here for it. I'm buying the hype. I'm buying the hype of the most hyped team in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns. I say it. You've heard it here. They're gonna make the playoffs.
Brandon, are you here for the Browns?
I am. I like the Browns. I like I said before, I think they will get second place. I think it will be Baltimore will win the division and Cleveland will get second place. And I do. I also agree that I think they will make the playoffs, but not at 8-8. It'll be at 9-7 at the worst.
I'll take it.
Yeah, 8-8 does not win you.
8-8
Does not
won't-
get you into the playoffs unless you're in the NFC West in a weak year.
That's true. That's true. You're right. They would have to be 9-7 to get in the playoffs. Yeah, you got a point.
Because
there.
you have to think about the teams that are also fighting for the wild card. Because the teams that have two good teams in the divisions that you're fighting with the wild cards for are Chiefs, Chargers, and Steelers, Ravens. Which of those teams are you going to have a better record than? Is what you have to say.
I think they're beating the Steelers. I think they're going to have a better record
That
than
is
the
the
Steelers.
most believable one here to me. Is that they beat
They'll
the
have-
Steelers.
they'll have a better record than
have a better
Steelers.
record than Baltimore.
I do not think that they would have a better record than either of the contending West teams, and I don't think they'll have a better record than Baltimore. I'm actually slightly selling Cleveland to 7-9. I don't think they're going to be 500.
I disagree.
Who was the last NFL team this hyped off of free agents and trades? Oh yeah, the Eagles in 2011, when Vince Young said this is a dream team.
Is it because you don't? Is it because you don't buy Kitchens as a head coach?
You mean a running backs coach with no experience?
How much money are you willing to give up when the Browns make the playoffs?
I'll do that right now. I'll do that right now. How much do you
I
want to
don't
do
know.
for the Browns?
I'm worried. I'm not that confident.
Yeah, see, there it is. Okay,
I'm just trying to make an interesting podcast, Paul.
Cincinnati finished 6-10, and I'm selling. AJ Green is out. Joe Mixon is going to get 25 carries a game and lead them to a 3-13 season.
I would absolutely agree 100%. 3-13. Like I said, to me, they're going to be competing with Miami for the worst team in the NFL.
So I think I'm going to be the guy that differs from you here. I have this division finishing Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Cincinnati. Same order as last year. But you guys are...
Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Baltimore, Cincinnati, I think is what we had.
And I have Baltimore, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati.
Yep. So we're going to slightly agree to disagree. I'm not super selling Cleveland. I just think they're going to be 7-9.
I believe in them, but I'm also trying to be super contrarian.
I don't see the experience. I don't see the cohesion.
Baker Slayfields, baby. Baker.
I see.
Slayfields. Shout out to Derek because I know that's his fantasy football team.
The Cleveland offense.
Did you almost say Baltimore Colts?
No,
I almost heard that.
Throwback.
I see the Cleveland Browns offense being really, really good because I think Nick Chubb is really, really good.
Yes.
And Odell Beckham Jr. is going to open up the field
For everybody.
And that's why I think Baker Mayfield is going to have a very good second season, and probably a better season than he did last year.
I actually really like Joku. I think
yes.
Joku is a top 8 to 5 or 5 to 8. Top 5 to top 8 tight end.
When has anybody been this hype about the Cleveland Browns ever?
When Jim Brown was there.
This is the first time they've had a legitimate quarterback.
Since maybe the
Since money.
If you count money as a legitimate quarterback.
I said coming out of college he was going to flame out, man, and I'll never be able.
Everybody knew
No,
that.
stop it! I'll never be able to pull that take out because I don't think I had a tweet about
everybody
it, man.
knew Johnny Football was not going to.
Everyone was super surprised when Johnny went first round. No one thought Johnny was going to go first round.
Even at 22nd.
You guys weren't in my high school.
Yeah, well, you must have had a stupid high school.
I knew multiple people with the money
We're
sign
moving on,
t-shirts.
Paul.
Okay,